Hey, you. Yes, you. Beautiful soul. How are you doing today? How are you feeling? What are you going through? Please comment. Let everyone know. Someone's going through something. It doesn't matter how shitty or crappy it is. It's all part of this journey. I'm guided to get on here and have a conversation. I've been doing some reflecting in my journals from last year. I listened to I saw two different intuitive psychic readers. Last year, one was April 25th, 2025, which shortly happened after my tower moment and the triggering and the catalyst of my awakening. And then on June 17th, which is literally right around the corner, another, again, who I refer to now as my soul mama. Definitely have soul connections, kindred souls, part of the soul family. So I re-listened to both of those readings because I recorded them, and I highly recommend 111 on the timer. I highly recommend recording sessions if you're either having Akashic Records reading, if you're doing hypnosis. I really wish I would have recorded my which happened I think a week before or a week after my first intuitive reading. I wish I would have recorded that session just so I had that to listen back to, because so anything you're getting services, if you're able to, always ask for it to be recorded, especially if it's like receiving of messages with spirit, hypnosis states and things like that, because it's just important to have that information. And also, you're not going to remember everything, and if there's activations and you re-listen to it, because this is the first time I've listened to either one of those sessions in a year and it was quite fascinating, where I was last year to where I'm at now. All right, and also this time last year I was going through extreme purging. So a lot of you might be going through 211 on the timer, massive purging. So the purging I was going through at the end of May, confirmation of last year, was massive lower and upper respiratory infections. I was purging. I don't get sick. I do not get sick. So my body, my chakra system, my energetic body, and my physical body were going through a massive purge, cleansing, and clearing. Now, I have gone through smaller forms of that. That was the biggest one during this awakening process. I've had a lot of rest in this awakening process for sure. I've learned how to relish in the rest, to take these days of stillness. I literally spent all day in the house. I barely got off the sofa. I ate, I drank, I used the restroom, I watched some movies, I created some content, 303 on the timer. I did not open my door. I may open the door today. I may go out into the wild. It's still another cool, crappy day outside, but I may go out and get some fresh air. I feel like yesterday I wasn't really called to leave. Like I said, I move with the rhythm of my soul. Basically, rhythm is a dancer. Go listen to that song. I listened to that the other day because that popped in. But this just popped in by saying rhythm. Rhythm is a dancer. Go listen to that. But I move in the rhythm of my soul. And by the guidance of Source herself and my higher self, pretty much everything is it's all connected. And learning how to deeply surrender in these moments and have zero guilt. I have little to no guilt when I'm literally doing nothing. I have the space. I'm so grateful I have the space to do this. I have the time and the space to do this. I have the time and the space to sit outside all day if I want to, most of the time, to enjoy nature when it's nice out, to enjoy the animals, the sunshine, the sounds, all of it. And I relish in that as much as possible. And I think that's going to be part of my mentorship, my leadership, my practitioner aspects of when I work with people and have worked with people, is learning how to surrender and relish in the rest, enjoy the sweetness of doing nothing. So the video today. So again, listening to these last night, these recordings, I was really guided to get on here because I feel like somebody out there needs to hear this, because they might be going through some tough times, or maybe just some validation to know that everything you have gone through is not for nothing. It is for everything. It is a sacred purpose. It is sacred work. to do nothing without guilt and worry. That's sacred work, to allow the healing process, to learn to be still. And unfortunately, a lot of us will go, or have in the past, and this hustle culture and this programming and conditioning, to the point where your body is so physically broke down, it has no other choice than to rest, because dis-ease has set in, or your body's wanting or needing to purge something. So what happened, what was the catalyst, is one was my awakening. I had a lot of energy work done in the 3 to 6 months of my awakening. I had past life regressions, I had intuitive readings, I had intuitive massages, and all of these modalities. Even having intuitive reading with a really good person who holds a really healthy, loving container, that other human is also sharing codes and activations, whether you realize it or not. Also clearing energy. That's what we do for each other. Okay? We just don't know this. Okay? There's so much in the unseen and the unknown that we humans currently don't understand, because we chose to forget. We forgot. But now we're slowly starting to remember. Some of us are remembering a little faster. You out there might be remembering a little quicker, and some coded ourselves to learn and to remember a little, allow the unfolding to be a little slower. And it doesn't matter, it's all perfect, because we're not comparing ourselves to other people. All right, so I was really guided after listening to 2 of the sessions. I have many sessions. I'll probably re-listen, because I'm really like in this introspective, contemplative state right now. Looking back on my journaling I think is so important, and especially pen to paper, because you can just sit there and go back and because you just don't realize the stuff that you put down. And a lot of the things that I would journal down are quotes or information or things that happened, and I go back and I'm like, that's relevant. And when I started doing these videos, it was in November. So I still have a lot of stuff where Source had me go back. She's had me go back and pull out these nuggets of wisdom that I forgot I wrote down, to share with the collective, and for me to revisit as well, and just say, okay, look how far you've come. And so the biggest message with especially the 2 videos the 2 recordings I listened to, and when I'm looking down, I'm going to read a little bit from my journal, is to be proud of yourself for everything you have gone through and you have accomplished. You know, that was one of my biggest messages early on during the awakening process, where I had a really hard time giving myself credit where credit was due, and being proud of myself for everything I have gone through, accomplished. I didn't allow it to break me. I didn't set camp up in hell. All of those things. I kept moving forward. And those first couple of readings really cracked me open. Like, yeah, my team was like trying to get me like, be proud of yourself. Look at how far you have come. Look at everything you have accomplished. All right. Look at everything that you have accomplished, that you've been through. So quit sweeping that under the rug. Do you still have 822 on the timer? Do you still have dust bunnies under the rug? Are you sweeping your accomplishments under the rug? What are you not giving yourself credit where credit is due? Every time you decided to leave the relationship because it was no longer serving you, every time you decided to leave the job that was no longer serving you, that was bogging you down, those are some really hard times in life. Or disconnecting with certain people because your soul said, these people no longer meet our requirements. They no longer serve your growth. So to be able to have the courage and to have the confidence to stand up and speak your truth, say your truth, act on your truth, that takes a lot, and most humans don't. A lot of humans are in relationships that they've been in for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 fucking years, and they're miserable. They're not living their truth. They're not living their authenticity. They're living in hell. You want to know what hell is? That's what hell is. It's a consciousness. Okay? It's a consciousness. So, all right. What do we have here? So, I'm looking at this journal entry, which is surrender is an empowered choice. Surrender is an empowered choice to flow with your soul's higher will and to trust the universe. So that kind of flowed right in, I think. Thank you, Source. Release the tight grips of fear and release the tight grips of fear and the need to control every outcome. You will feel burdens lift as you feel divine energies rush in. I'm going to say that again. Surrender is an empowered choice to flow with your soul's higher will and to trust the universe. And I wrote this on 6/16/2025, so somehow that date might be significant. So release the tight grip of fear and the need to control every outcome, and you will feel the burdens lift as you feel divine energies rush in. A lot of us that have come from a very traumatic life, circumstance, childhood, whatever, you feel you need to control and need to know everything. And it's learning to trust and surrender in the needing to know the what, the why, the where, the when, and the how. To surrender, to let go of those reins and give it to source, give it to your higher self, and feel the divine energies and frequency rush in. How do I know? Yeah, because that's what I've done. Surrender is a daily practice. It really is. Surrender is a daily practice. So declare in your heart daily. So let's declare this today. Let's activate this today. Surrender is a daily practice. So declare it in your heart daily. Write this down if you need to. I align with divine will. I let go of control. I welcome the highest good. I align with divine will. I let go of the control. I surrender and I welcome in the highest good. By doing this, you will align with immense power of source. You will align with the immense power of source. All right? You're an instrument of divine source. You are a spark of the divine. All right? You become an instrument, which is a miracle, and you'll be able to continue to manifest what you desire. When you let go and let God, she is asking you to let go and let her handle it. Let go of the control and surrender. All right, and watch all of the miracles flood in. Watch your reality shift. All right? So when you let go and let God, solutions appear like magic. Again, I speak from experience a year later. I was struggling with this myself throughout all of last year, especially at the beginning of this awakening process last year and before that, as learning how to surrender in every now present moment. Let source handle it. And I get it. When I'm frustrated, I have a very loud conversation with her. I do. Ooh. And in truth, surrender is wisdom. So in truth, surrender is wisdom. You need not carry the burden alone. You don't need to carry the burden alone. I'm here to remind you of this. Put it up in a nice little box and hand it over to your spiritual team, your higher self and source. You have the entire universe supporting you right now. Ask them for help. Legions of support. Legions of support. You didn't come here to do this alone. Not just in the unseen, but in the seen. And this is just more confirmation that yes, you are, your other soul family will be coming in. Everyone had to go through their work. Everyone had to get in alignment before you could come into connection. So just know that you are not alone and you do not have to carry this burden alone. You have an entire universe to support you and ready to assist you right here, right now. Ask for it. Command it. Command it. I command this now. All right? But it can only intervene when invited. That was what I was going to say next, if I hadn't said it already, in a roundabout way. The teams can only come in to help when you invite them in. All of your team members of light and love. They love you so unconditionally, okay? So you have to invite it. You have to invite it. They cannot intervene without invitation. Free will, it's a thing. One of the universal laws. So through your trust and your acceptance, and know that the sacredness, the surrender is sacred. Surrender is sacred allowing. Surrender is sacred allowing. So through your heart, trust and acceptance, and your invitations to allow for them to assist you, surrender is sacred allowing. Miracles, magic, and mastery. Miracles, magic, and mystery. MMM. All right. We'll just keep this one here for right now, 1544, and I'll probably do another one talking about more introspection that I've been doing. All right, 1550. I love you from the bottom of my heart to yours. I'll see you soon.